Hi everybody, it's Brian, and in this video I'll be bringing you my full review of the Gear 4 HouseParty Smart speaker system for iDevices. This retails for about $150 from gear4.com, and I'd like to thank them for sending this out to me for review. So the features of this: it has a built-in FM radio. Here is the FM radio antenna on the back. This will also charge your iDevice through the 30-pin dock connector on the front of the speaker system. This will not sync your device because there's no 30-pin connector out of the back and there's no USB port, so there's no way to plug this into your computer. There is a line-in port so that you can plug in some other audio device into the speaker system via a 3.5mm to 3.5mm audio cable. It has 6 different equalizer settings ranging from rock to jazz, and it also features Gear 4's SmartLink technology, which allows you to use the SmartLink iPhone application to control some of the components of the speaker system. I'll be showing you that in detail in a separate video. But in this video I'll be focusing on the unit itself as well as the audio quality and what you get in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick unboxing right now. So let's go ahead and open this up. And the first thing that you get is the little user manual. Next up is the HouseParty Smart speaker system. Here we have one of the dock adapters. They're just sort of scattered around in the box. And here is our little remote control. I'll give you a closer look at this in a little while. And in this white box we have the power supply. So here we have a little adapter for the US. So this goes onto the wall charger portion. Just slides on and it snaps into place. Fairly long cable. This end obviously goes into the speaker system. So first I'm going to talk to you about the design of the speaker system a little bit. So on the front we have a little speaker cover right here, which is detachable, so you can just pull on the sides a little bit and then you'll be able to reveal the speakers on the device. So you can see here that we have 2 3-inch drivers and we have 2 bass ports, so the air can come out from the movement of the speakers. And here we have a little display which tells us what we're using, either the radio, the iPod, or something else. This will also tell you what equalizer you're using. So unless you're using the SmartLink application for iPhones or your iPod Touch, then this is what you'll be paying attention to quite a bit. So let me go ahead and pop this back on. Snaps together very easily. Now on the front of the unit we do have a area where you can slide in your iPod. Here we have a 30-pin dock connector, so this works with pretty much every iPod available, including the first generation iPod Nano that came out a very long time ago. This works fine and it charges it as well. And of course it works with today's latest iDevices, including the iPhone 4. So turning the unit around, you will find a number of buttons on the top. Here we have various music control buttons. So we have one for the volume up and down, play, pause, forward, and rewind. Then we also have 3 other buttons. We have one for the mode. This changes the speaker system between your line in, your radio, as well as your iDevice input. This turns the speaker system on or off, and this lets you switch between the 6 different equalizers that this has to offer. Down at the bottom we can see Gear 4's logo. Here we have the 3.5mm line-in port. This is where you plug in your power, and this is where the FM antenna is outputted. There's no way to detach this, so if you don't plan on using the FM radio, then this is going to still have to be connected to the speaker system at all times. But luckily it comes wrapped up a little bit, so you can just leave this behind the system itself. So as I mentioned in the unboxing, the Gear 4 HouseParty Smart comes with a little remote control. All the buttons on the unit itself can be found on the remote control, so you never have to actually push these. You can just rely solely on the remote control itself. This works fine, and what's pretty cool about this is that when you have your iDevice connected, so if I go to my iPod player and dock my iPhone 4, you can see that it is charging and it automatically went to the SmartLink application. So for this particular demonstration I'm just going to go to the stock iPod application. So you could use the up and down buttons as a little directional button. So as you can see on my iPhone 4, I'm moving the little selection bar, and then pushing on the play pause button will obviously start playing that song. So on the remote control, you can see our power button, equalizer button, and our mode button. These 3 buttons can be found on the device itself right around here behind the playback buttons. Then we also have a dedicated mute button, which is good for if you get a call or somebody's coming into your room and you want to stop the playback. You can just push the mute button and it will mute everything. Then we have volume up and down navigation arrows, forwards, play pause, backwards. We have a menu button, which if you're in a regular application like this, it will switch through your navigation bar at the bottom. We have a dedicated enter button, dedicated shuffle repeat button, and we also have a button that will turn on the clock on the device. And this automatically syncs up with the time on your iPhone. So one interesting thing that I do notice when I plug in my iPod Nano is that it will recognize the type of device that I plugged into it. So you can see that it says iPod Nano first generation. So one of the most important aspects of any sort of speaker system is with the audio performance. So when I first started using these, I was sort of impressed by the amount of bass that this has to offer. It's very nice. It's sort of deep, so you'll definitely be able to hear it. And if you have your speaker system sitting on a desk like this, you'll also be able to feel it rumbling throughout your desk. So now in terms of your highs and your mids, those are good as well. The highs, they aren't that crisp or clear, which is sort of a disappointment. And in terms of that, I have to use the rock equalizer. There are 6 of them. We have one for rock, pop, bass, classical music, jazz music, and acoustic. But for me, rock provides the best sort of equal audio quality between most genres, so you don't really have to change it that much. It gives you the most treble of the other equalizers, and your mids are good as well. So for the most part, the audio quality for the HouseParty Smart by gear4 is pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and position my microphone in front of the speaker system so I could give you a little bit of audio samples. Not sure how well it's going to turn out, but I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway.
Time in life, but this ain't curtains. Just a little bit of peace, all we need for certain. Banks is failing and Wall Street crumbling, and all those in charge, they twiddle they thumb bumbling, while the dollars that they heard is numbering, double by the second, leaving my folks wondering. Since the diagram.
So I'm not too sure how well the audio quality sounded from my microphone. It's not the best microphone around, and I also think that I had the volume turned up a little bit too much, so it was too much audio coming into the microphone. But for the most part, the system has a lot of bass and it's very good. I just sort of wish the highs were a little more crisp and more defined, but for the most part, the audio quality on the speaker system, it's pretty good. And I'm also going to say that when you are listening to music very loud, like the maximum volume that the speaker system will go up to is 60. Even when it's turned up almost all the way, audio will not get distorted, so that is a good thing. So the speakers in this unit are excellent. That was my review of the HouseParty Smart by gear4. I'd like to thank them for sending this out to me for review, and that's it with the video. So thanks a lot for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below in the comments area. But that's it. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.